A person with normal chromosomes will have 23 pairs of chromosomes in each cell, totaling 46 chromosomes in total. One chromosome from each pair is donated by each parent during fertilization. A person with Down syndrome will have an extra chromosome number 21 and so 47 chromosomes in total. The way that this occurs can take 3 different forms. The most common cause of Down syndrome is disjunction, which accounts for about 95% of people with Down syndrome. This occurs when there is an uneven split of chromosomes during meiosis, resulting in an extra chromosome 21. Meiosis is responsible for the formation of the sex cells necessary for reproduction. The process starts with a single cell referred to as the parent cell, which contains 2 copies of each chromosome. We will just be concentrating on chromosome 21. The parent cell divides twice to result in the formation of 4 daughter cells, and as the genetic information is shared between these cells, each daughter cell will now only contain 1 copy of the chromosome 21. At fertilization, the genetic information within the cell is combined with the genetic information from the other parent, and then the fertilized cell will now contain 2 copies of chromosome 21. However, if the process of meiosis goes wrong, the chromosomes may not be shared equally. In the case of Down syndrome, one daughter cell may end up with 2 chromosomes number 21 and the other will end up with none. If the cell with 2 chromosomes become fertilized, the genetic information from the other parent is added, and therefore this cell will now contain 3 chromosome 21, and in other words, this infant will have trisomy 21. The second most common cause of Down syndrome is translocation, which accounts for approximately 4% of people with Down syndrome. Translocation is when an extra chromosome 21, or part of it, attaches to another chromosome during replication. Here we can see that chromosome 21 has become attached to chromosome 14. These cells will therefore have a pair of chromosome 14 with a chromosome 21 attached to it, and will also have a pair of chromosome 21. Therefore, this will result in trisomy 21. It is also worth noting that translocation is the only form of Down syndrome that can be inherited from a parent. So how is translocation inherited? Let's imagine a mother has a balanced translocation where chromosome 21 is abnormally attached to another chromosome, in this case chromosome 14. Even though the chromosome is abnormally placed, it doesn't mean the cell has any added or missing chromosomes, as she still only has 2 chromosome 21. And then imagine the father has normal chromosomes. As the maternal cell divides, one daughter cell will receive the chromosome 14 with the translocated chromosome 21 on it. However, the cell will only recognise the long arm of the chromosome, in this case chromosome 14. So it will also receive a copy of the normal chromosome 21. And then the father will pass on 1 copy of his chromosomes, including 1 copy of chromosome 21. This cell in this fertilised egg now has 3 copies of chromosome 21 within it, and so this infant will have Down syndrome. The final cause of Down syndrome, and the rarest, is mosaicism, which accounts for about 1% of people with Down syndrome. This occurs when only some of the cells have trisomy 21 and the other cells are normal. This occurs during mitosis when cells are replicated after fertilization. The initial parent cell may be normal, but as this divides and replicates, a disjunction error can occur in the same way as it does during meiosis. At this time, there will be an unequal sharing of the chromosomes and trisomy 21 can occur. Any cell that originates from this cell with trisomy 21 will also have trisomy 21, but the other cells will continue to replicate with normal chromosomes. And so to recap, Down syndrome can occur due to disjunction during meiosis, which is the most common cause and occurs in about 95% of people with Down syndrome. Translocation, which occurs in about 4% of people with Down syndrome. And then the rarest form is mosaicism, which occurs in about 1% of people with Down syndrome.